This is a great day. We've been looking forward for this for too many years. Grateful to Roosevelt Islands and all of my colleagues, all of our patience and fortitude. 7 years to get to this fantastic new library. It's twice the size of our previous library, 29 computer stations, its own community room, its own kids room, with outdoor space to come, with river views. This is what New Yorkers deserve. This is what Roosevelt Island deserves. We are so excited. We're open for grab and go. As soon as this pandemic is past, we can't wait to fully welcome the community into this great new library. And in these days, these hard days, I think we all see how important what the library offers is. New Yorkers use it more than any other institution. You know, we need the learning, we need the opportunity, we need the sense of community, and we need all of that prepared. And libraries are where New Yorkers come to do that, where Roosevelt Island citizens have come for generations, and now they have this fabulous new space. With thanks to the City Council, with thanks to the Borough President, with thanks to our colleagues on Staten Island and Roosevelt Island community organizations, everyone who's been involved, all of my colleagues, DDC, the architect is here. Where are you?
Thank you.
It just, you know, it's just a great day, and we look forward to many great days to come, serving this community, and with great thanks, especially to my colleagues, branch manager, all the folks who work here, who bring this place home. So thank you all. Gale, our Borough President, do you want to say a few words?
I am Gale Brewer, Manhattan Borough President, and this is a gorgeous library. It's a wonderful community, as we heard from the librarians. Roosevelt Islanders love to read. They love to be part of the present in terms of current events, and there will be wonderful manuscripts and newspapers. The teen room is fabulous. The children's room is fabulous. And what I love, thank you, architect, is that the bookshelves are low, so it feels like you're part of seeing what else is going on in the library in a positive way. We've been to lots of library openings. This is very unique and very special because of the opportunity to see out. Look at the light. I love the old libraries in other parts of Manhattan, but this is different and certainly something that people will be attracted to. It took a long time, but when something is this great, after a long time, you really feel good about it. And I certainly want to thank my colleagues. I want to thank Roosevelt Island Operating Corp, because they too are going to be partners, particularly with some of the outside opportunities. It's open, the library, as I understand, Monday to Saturday, but when it's fully open, I'm sure that it'll be longer hours. And this is beyond fabulous. So we have lots of challenges every single day that we have to deal with. I could give you a long list. This is fantastic. So congratulations, Tony Marx. Thank you to the New York Public Library. Thank you to my colleagues. And let's hope that this god-awful pandemic is over soon. Thank you very much.
Ben?
Sure. I'm Councilmember Ben Kallos. I'm so glad. Thank you for getting this done while I was still the council member.
Thank you for your patience.
I want to thank Jessica Lappin, my predecessor, who secured the original $1.7 million. When I got elected, as Gale can testify to, the city council tries to steal any money that wasn't spent by the previous member, so we had to have a fight to get that money back. Then we had to make sure the project got fully funded, and then once it was fully funded, without the borough president's help, to fight with DDC to get the project going, and then even with this pandemic, to keep the project going and get us in a place where we could open safely. I can just say, as a new parent, the public library is so essential. We are on the site, we are, at least before the pandemic, we were on the site looking at which library had what activities on what days, because if you live in a small one-bedroom in New York City, even without a pandemic, you are desperate for places to take your kid when it is cold out. And a library is where it's at, from arts and crafts to reading programs. I've been relying on the libraries, and I'll say that the 67th Street branch, where I got my first library card when I was a kid, now almost 40 years ago.
Wow.
We just renovated for $2.3 million. It's 100 years old, but now it has electric and AC, and yes, but it is, yes. But here on Roosevelt Island, we had literally a small storefront. Between the books and the people, there just wasn't as much room, and we weren't really able to do the same quality of programs. And so with this new location, with the beautiful sight lines, with the outdoor space, the Kids Center is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to bring Drag Queen Story Hour to Roosevelt Island. I promise to be here with my daughter. I'll also just tell folks at home, they have an amazing collection of DVDs. I've got Star Wars here. I'm a big fan. Borough President, how do you feel about this one?
I'm not Star Wars. Give me
Another
Harry
thing,
Potter. Give me Harry Potter.
when I was running for city council, we spoke a lot to the community here. We have a lot of different languages spoken here. We have a lot of Japanese speakers, and I'm a big fan of Naruto. I used to watch the fan subs when they would come out live from Japan, and now the Japanese community. This was from the children's leading room, but there's also some here in the teen section with the Shippuden. But it's incredible to have a library that really represents the cross-culture of Roosevelt Island and the diversity. And I can't wait to check these out and make sure that I brush up on some of my Japanese so I can keep up with it. But this is amazing, and it's going to be great when we can finally open it and get this entire area activated. So thank you to Tony and Rebecca Seawright, our Assembly member, our Borough President, Gale Brewer, and Shelton Haynes, RIOC President. We've got more to do.
Great, thank you. Rebecca, you want to say a word?
Thank you, thank you. It's great to be here today. I remember when we were here, what was it, a year ago, with the shovels going into the ground, and it's so special to be here and see that you're carrying feminist books. I see the bust of Eleanor Roosevelt over there, and we appreciate so much the dedication and support of our leaders, President Marx and President Haynes, and Borough President Gale Brewer, who I call our modern day Eleanor Roosevelt, and of course Councilman Kallos.
I like it. Works in the hair, Gale.
We're starting our budget negotiations today in the Assembly at the state level. We were pleased to give over $600,000 in grant money, and we will continue to make that commitment to fund our public libraries. And what's so particularly pleasing today is to see those shelves, the sunlight flooding into the children's room, and as Gale pointed out, the teens room. And so what a wonderful structure and library for people to look forward to. We need something in this pandemic to look forward to, and this is a true bright spot on the island. So thanks to my leaders here for making this happen.
President Shelton.
Certainly. As a son of a principal, I lived in the library, and it was one of the things I enjoyed the most. As a father of 4 boys, 14, 12, 3, and 1, I can see this library has something for everyone, and I'm so excited to be a part of this initiative. As my counterparts have mentioned, this is something that the island really needs to treasure. I'm happy for our community. Our community is just so passionate, so special, so unique, and it's something that we can really benefit from. So I'm very excited, I'm very proud to be part of this whole initiative. I think it's something that's going to be amazing for the island. I'm excited to be a partner with the library as we repurpose the public space and make this open areas open to be desired. And we're very excited about the future for Roosevelt Island. It's something that we all needed. The pandemic has shown us our resiliency, and it's something that I think that we really need. And I'm very excited to be a part of it, so thank you.
So again, huge thanks to everyone who's here and everyone who couldn't be here. I know Brian Bannon and Iris Weinschel couldn't be here today. This is really a great day, and you know, just driving and being on Roosevelt Island, at this moment. I mean, you all are lucky enough to live here. But, you know, what would Franklin and Eleanor have said? They would have smiled behind their masks the way I am now.
Yes.
At the notion that in hard, dark days that they knew so well, that the library, the people, America can recommit to learning and to opportunity, to a country and a nation that are not tearing each other apart. Library is where we learn about each other and learn to be with each other and learn to think of how to make the world better. And that starts from the little kids at the shelves. What could be more fitting at this moment than to reawaken that beacon here on Roosevelt Island? Thank you all for making that possible.
Can I ask you a quick question? What criteria is the library using to open up once the pandemic, ends?
So we have safety experts on staff as well as consultants. We work with the public health officials. We talk to the city. We follow all the metrics. We have we closed before the schools because we were eager to ensure safety, and that felt like the right thing to do, and I think it was the right thing to do, though it was a awkward moment. We reopened as soon as it seemed safe for grab and go. We were ready to move, and in fact tried moving to browsing as well as computer use, and then the caseload went up, particularly on Staten Island. That was about, a month and a half ago, something like that. We had to pull back from that, which broke our hearts because we spent 2 months getting ready for it. And now we're watching. And I'll be honest, it's so incredible, so impressive that my colleagues are coming in every day in this pandemic and doing what we can, which right now is grab and go. As soon as it looks like we can, no one will be happier than we will be to open.
I want to add something. As somebody who's in the borough outside constantly, I run into librarians who work for New York Public Library. I don't know if folks here would agree, but the librarians tell me that this administration, Tony Marx and company, has been the most of, these librarians have been around for a long time, has been the most responsive in terms of asking the librarians what should be the future in terms of opening. And what's the plan? They've been involved with the planning. And I just want to say that because I hear that over and over again, and that's a real credit to Tony Marx, because in the past, it wasn't as inclusive. So what I think, to answer your question, is this library is working with the staff when they feel comfortable, when the pandemic is feeling like it's on the downswing, and that's when they'll open. But I just want to make sure that you hear that.
I have a question for President Tony Marx. There are a lot of folks who are sheltering at home, but still want to use the library. Are there any tools they could use on their phones in order to to check out books for themselves or their children? Can they get a library for their kids online?
What? Those
Library
are
card.
great ideas. The library spent the last decade investing in digital. There were moments when people said I was out of my mind for the amount of money we were spending. Nobody says that anymore.
Right.
So, not that I saw what was coming or that I wanted this vindication. Thank you very much. But we've got, you've got 300,000, 400,000 books on Simply E as an app. You can go there. You can go into the research collection. We'll shortly have 3 million books there. We've got our education programs are all online. We've created new activities, everything from shelf help. So if you want to come for grab and go, but you got a 10-year-old or 14-year-old and you don't know what to suggest, give us the name and their interests, and we'll put a set of books together for you. I mean, we'll do it if you can come in and get it. We'll do it if you want to do it online. And the truth is, the future, we're going to learn from all this about how to do even better services online and physically as soon as we can reopen physically.
Okay?
To echo that, again, my children use library apps as well, and myself. I think it's an excellent tool for the general public. The library has been a great partnership with RIOC, our youth program, our chess program. I like the library staff helps with that as well, so we're looking forward to future partnerships with the library and how we can work together. So.
I'm checking out the Sneetches.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for making this possible.